Hello everyone, it is me. I am back with another video, and today I'm going to be filling up a few pages of my sketchbook, hopefully. I have like this much left, which doesn't look like much, but it's actually like 40 pages or something like that. But I want to get it done by Christmas because I got this sketchbook for Christmas last year. I want to kind of finish it up within the year, which that'll be interesting. But today I thought I would draw all of my plants because I have accumulated a lot of house plants recently, and some of them have started dying a little bit. Not my fault, okay? I try my best. But I thought I would draw all my houseplants in one video to sort of immortalize them before they inevitably turn crispy like the fern I'm staring at right this second. And I'll get to fill some sketchbook pages in the process, so it's a win-win, kind of. So without further ado, let's get into it. So today I'm going to be using these gel pens because I want to use this green one, and that's it. I just can't be bothered with pencil today, so we're going straight in with pen. Live life dangerously. I think first up I'm going to start with the Humble Peace Lily, which I don't know where to put it. I'll put it up here. I thought that gel pen was a great idea until it was in my hand, and now I'm second guessing myself, but I've committed now. I've got to go for it. Even if it turns out like crap, we just want to fill the pages of the sketchbook a little bit. I'm not so good at drawing plants, so this is probably a good exercise for me. I always struggle with the leaves that are like coming out towards you, because it's like, what the heck is going on? I don't understand. There's something like charming about using just pen and having it be rough like a sketch, because I feel like I have a tendency to have like really loose sketches, but then when I line them I sort of lose it a little bit and it becomes a little bit stiff. So it's kind of nice to just have it be rough and sketchy. Oh my god, this is actually coming out really good. What the hell? I thought this would be really difficult, but like I'm actually loving it so far. Okay, I'm gonna use a different color for the pot, I think. Or would that be stupid? I don't know. We'll just go with it. Black might have been a mistake. Okay, note to self, don't use black, just stick to one color. This one, oh my god, I don't know if you'll follow me on Instagram, but if you do, you will know about this. I had a freaking crisis. Not with this plant, I'll show you the plant later. It's the one that I showed at the start, the dying fern. It freaking was in, oh my god, y'all. I freaking left it in like 2 inches of water for weeks because I had like a smaller pot sitting inside a bigger pot that didn't have any drainage, and I just completely forgot. And then I was like, why is my fern dying? Turns out it was drowning for weeks. I just didn't notice. So there's that. I'm not the greatest at taking care of plants. I freaking love how plants look, but I don't know. I either overwater them or underwater them. I can never quite get it right. But there is our peace lily. Oh my god, that actually looks really cute. I wasn't expecting that. And I think I'll color them all at the end, maybe? Yeah. Hi. I don't know what that was. It's me. I'm editing this video and just wanted to let you all know that I've updated my store. In the description down below, alieninabox.storeenvy.com is the one. I've updated it with 10 new prints and I'm very proud of it. So if you want a print of one of my Inktober's, they are there, they're ready to go. All you gotta do is click the link in the description after this video, or now, come back to this video. I don't mind, it's up to you. But that's all from me. Back to whatever you're watching. Next up we have this one, which is an indoor jungle, which is peperomia. I don't know, but it's also known as a radiator plant. I can read that. My mum got me this one because it is called a radiator plant, because one of our favorite bands that we've seen live is the Radiators, and they're an Australian pub band basically, but they're pretty good. They have like, they're from the 80s, so they had like records and cassettes and stuff like that. And I have one of their cassettes in my car, and I listened to them, and we went and saw them live, and my mum found this plant called a radiator plant, and she was like, oh my god, we need the radiator plant. So we now have a radiator plant. I feel like it's just gonna end up looking like a whole bunch of nothing. Like just a whole bunch of squiggles by the time I'm done with it. But it's nice and leafy. I really like the leafy ones. The first houseplants that I got were all cactuses, and they're still around. They're still like doing good because they're cactuses. You don't need to take care of them. But now I'm like, I really love the look of the leafy boys, but the leafy boys are like harder to take care of than cactuses, obviously, because they're leafy boys. But they just look so good when they're healthy. That looks like a plant to me. And I think I'm going to make it, like I'm gonna draw it in a nice pot, because I've been meaning to buy new pots for them all. They're all still in the black plastic pots that we bought them in. And a lot of them seem like they're in pots that are too small. I find that a lot when you buy plants. The people at like Bunnings or whatever don't actually care if it's in a pot that's too small. They're not going to do anything about it. So the first thing I usually do is repot it, but I don't have any nice pots, so I just haven't done that yet. There we go, little radiator plant. Alrighty, next up we have this bad boy, which, okay, before you yell at me for this being crispy, it was like that when I got it. Maybe it's gotten a little bit crispier since I've had my hands on it, but for the most part, it was crispy when I got it. So there's others that are completely my fault, but this one is not my fault, okay? And this one is a hair. I'm gonna try and make it look less crispy than it actually is. That's why I wanted to film this video now while they don't look too crispy, because knowing me, it could go downhill very quickly with these plants. And there's like a chunk up the top. And this one goes like out here quite a bit. I hope it springs back. I always have hope that they're gonna spring back. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. It's like the fern that I showed I keep coming back to the fern that I showed at the start of the video. It has a single green shoot on it, and that is the only thing giving me hope. It has been crispy before. There was a time where that fern got super crispy and I thought it was gonna die, but then the whole thing sprang back. So I'm like holding out hope that it's gonna do it again. I got lucky once. Hopefully the plant forgives me for nearly drowning it and it will come back to life. Please. Oh my god, this looks really cute. At first I was like, oh, this one's gonna look really weird, but I'm loving how this is turning out. Yes. And then we're gonna put zigzags on this one. There we go. Now these ones, these two right here, my absolute pride and joy right here, because I planted these. These were just little leafy bits from other succulents and I planted them, and look at them, they're freaking growing. I'm a freaking plant genius. Call me green thumbs. So I'm gonna just sort of draw my little succulents to fill up these gaps, I think. I have no clue like what kind of succulents they are, but like a couple of leaves fell off one of the succulents on my bedroom windowsill, and oh my god, I will show you that thing. That thing is going crazy. It's just like, it's coming out the bottom of the freaking window. It's everywhere. It's weird. So I planted one of those leaves and that's what brought us here. We went to a place once. It was this lady's house who like sold succulents, and she had so many succulents. And they were the most beautiful little things I'd ever seen in my life. She had little pots that were absolutely filled to the brim with these succulents. And I was like, oh my God. Succulents are like a freaking gateway drug to plant ownership. If you have a succulent, even if you have just one succulent, you will like, one of the leaves will drop off and you'll be like, oh, I'll plant that, see what happens. Bam! You now have 70 succulents. And then we'll draw the other succulents over here. Succulents remind me of like prehistoric looking plants. Like, especially, I've been watching a lot of SpongeBob recently, and an episode that I recently watched is when Squidward went back in time and met SpongeGar and Patar, and they had like all these succulent looking trees everywhere. And yeah, that's what succulents remind me of. What if I just add like more succulents, make it look like I'm better at growing plants? There we go. Yeah, I messed that up. That looks super weird now, but whatever. Next up is this little fella, which is a parlor palm. We had one of these in the bathroom and the cat kept eating it and then throwing it back up. This is way too much information, but you'd know when he'd eaten it because he'd like yak it up and then just be like bits of this leaf in there. It's probably not good for cats. That's why we moved it, so that he wouldn't get it. But then I got one, so now he's banned from coming into my studio because I don't want him eating my little parlor palm. My mum's parlor palm is a lot bigger than mine, but hopefully with some alien in a box magic, my little parlor palm will get big. It's weird saying parlor palm. Parlor palm, parlor palm, parlor palm, parlor palm, parlor palm. Anyway, let's draw. Oh my God, there's so many like little leafy bits overlapping each other that I'm scared I'm gonna make it just look like a mess. I love ferns. Like, this isn't a fern, but like, I love ferns so much, but they're so hard to draw, and this is like giving me the same vibes because it's got like a main stem with lots of little leafy bits coming off it. I feel like I need to draw from life more often because I either never draw from reference or I go through like a moment where I'm always drawing from reference. At the moment, not really been using much reference, so I'm out of practice. Also, ever since Inktober finished, I've like not been drawing as much as I was before Inktober. Like, I'm still drawing most days, but before Inktober I was just like drawing every day, just sketching every day, like without a worry in the world. It wasn't like a thing that I was forcing myself to do or anything. It was just what I like to do. But then Inktober completely messed up my wrist again, like last year, and I couldn't draw for like 2 weeks afterwards. So that wasn't good. So now I'm just trying to get back into drawing because I freaking love it. And those 2 weeks were the worst 2 weeks because drawing is literally the only thing that I'm good at. So if I can't draw, I'm screwed, basically. I literally started drawing with my left hand in those 2 weeks, trying to train myself to draw with my left hand, just in case I never regained the use of my right hand. But my left hand is absolutely useless. I don't know about y'all, but let me know, is your non-dominant hand at all useful? Because mine, I couldn't even brush my teeth with my left hand. Like, I don't know what was going on with it, but by the end of the 2 weeks, I could color with my left hand. Like, I could stay in the lines half decently, but I couldn't like do any line art with it or anything because it just looked bad. We're gonna go with dots on this pot. Pots can be expensive, that's another thing. Like, I'm broke all the time. Not even because I spend too much money, just because I never make money. So buying pots is like not a high priority for me, but I can imagine that I have nice pots. I can draw nice pots. It's fine. Next up, we have this crazy looking leafy boy. I gotta zoom you all out for this one. Look at him, he's gorgeous. What's his name? Oh my god, it's a philodendron! Oh my god! That's bad. I literally saw a picture of one on the internet like yesterday and I was like, man, I wish I had a philodendron. Turns out I do, what the heck? Big W is where we got this from apparently, because I still got the label on. Big W cares even less than Bunnings about their plants, so gotta repot that bad boy. I'm so happy. I'm so freaking happy that I have a philodendron. Like, I don't even 100% know what a philodendron is, but I'm looking at it, so that's all that matters. I always struggle when it comes to drawing plants when I'm drawing like the florist shop, if you don't know. Some of my characters live in a florist shop like above it. Archie's mum and his auntie and Archie for a while there lived above this florist shop, and I'm like, I should be able to draw like tons and tons of flowers and plants and stuff since I have this florist shop, which is a large part of the story, but I just don't. So it is good to be practicing the planties. I feel like I can draw like a couple of types of plants from memory, but then like when you have to draw a whole florist shop / nursery situation, you get to a point where you're like, there's not enough plants in the world for me to be able to fill this place. Oh my god, look at how cute that looks. Oh my god. This leaf in front looks a bit weird, but that's okay. I was watching a studio vlog of someone I don't know who it was. I will put their name on screen if I find them. But they're a relatively small channel, but they're a good channel, so I recommend you follow them if you want to. But that's not the point. The point is, in one of their studio vlogs, they had a repotting party with their friends, and I thought it was so freaking cool. There's a bug on me. Go into the plant, bug. But yeah, I want to have a repotting party because like 90% of my plants need repotting, but then like I don't think any of my friends have plants, and if they do, they have to bring them like all the way here to repot them, or do they just repot my plants? Are my friends even interested in plants? Do I even know my friends? Do I have friends? But either way, I want to have a repotting party. So next up, we have Zygo cactus. I was about to say, I don't know what a Zygo cactus is while I'm holding a Zygo cactus. I feel like we might have one of these outside, but I'm not sure. Because I always think that I'm like a plant expert and then I know what plants look like, but then it turns out that it's like a completely different species or something, and I'm like, ew, okay. This one's cool though. It's got like groovy leaves on it. How do they do that? Do you ever just look at a plant and be like, how does it do that? It's another one that looks like a plant that's like prehistoric and shouldn't exist anymore. But here it is. Plants are like magical to me. I'm like too dumb to actually learn about plants, so I'm just like, how do they do that? That's so magical. These leaves, man. I know I've said it like 40 times, but these leaves, they're so weird. Are they even leaves? Every time I see a plant, I'm like, whoa, crazy. Now this. This is my second silver lady fern. These weren't like this when we bought it. This happened like overnight, and this one started doing it too, but then I watered it heaps and it seemed to spring back, but I think these ones were a bit far gone. So we lost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of the 7 fawns that we had. This is where things get scary, because like ferns, even when I draw ferns with reference, they're so difficult. Oh my god, no, no! Is this running out? No! I can still see all this ink in it. Why is it running out? Oh, oh, is it back? Is it back? No, it's trying. It's not succeeding. Is it gonna work? It's working! We're saved! Am I doing a half decent job at this fern? Because I have a character called Fern who likes ferns, because her name is Fern, that's how it works. You like the thing that you're named after. I like to draw her associating with ferns, like whether it be some ferns in the background or on her clothes or whatever. But like, when you can't draw ferns, that's a little bit difficult. This fern in the background is looking a bit funky, but that's fine. It's not fine. It looks weird, but it's okay. I feel like I should draw like at least one of the dead fawns. Are they called fawns? I don't know. It'll just give it a bit of character to show that yes, parts of it are dying, but it's fine because it will spring back eventually, right? I want to put this in a circle pot just to be different. It's like a cauldron, that's cool. And finally, I have a giant plant on the floor over here, and I'm going to cram it into the smallest space on the page. It is a bird's nest fern, and it's doing half decent. Like, I kind of thought that I would have killed it by now, but I didn't, so I'm pretty happy with that. And I'm pretty sure I've drawn it before, so it shouldn't be too difficult. It's really weird trying to cram the biggest plant I own into the smallest space on the page. But here we are. There we go. And this one's actually in a cool pot, so I will draw that. There we go. And we will call it what it is, a bird's nest fern. So I've got myself a whole tray of green here, and I think we'll get started. Plants are weird, like you can't just color them all in the same green, because then they'll look weird. Then we'll get our darker green. And I'm losing all the lines that I had. Doop 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 doo doo. That's fine. Who cares? I'm not really using reference anymore, even though the plant is right there and all I have to do is look over at it. I'm just not doing that, which isn't ideal. Well, that's a nice brown. That's a nice brown. Then we have our little radiator plant, which I'll probably do a base in this. Oh yes. Then we've got to add like shadows and things. That is not the right color. That is not the right color either. Cute. I need to add back in some more like vibrant green, because that was kind of like a dull green. I need to like, there we go. I like Prismacolors for this reason, that you can like layer them super well. Except they're super expensive, which is annoying. I was lucky that I found these ones. I found a pack of 150 for $10 at an op shop because they didn't know what they had and I was not going to tell them. So I got a great deal on that. Oh, that's cute. Yes. I'm getting like half decent at this. This is good. So this one, I'm gonna be true to life. I'm gonna draw the little bits that are brown just so that future me knows that when I was drawing this, yes, they were a little bit brown in places, but it's fine. It'll be fine. Because by the time I look back on this, I'll look back and laugh because they'll be alive and well and not at all crispy. See, now I really love that I gave it a crispy bit at the top because, I don't know, it kind of gives it more character. Is that just me or is that an actual thing? I feel like if it was all green, then maybe it wouldn't look as cool. Obviously in real life I'd prefer it to be all green, but as a drawing, kind of gives it a little bit of character to have a bit of brown on it. See, I'm the sort of person, unless I'm doing a study, I'm like, leaf is green, sky is blue, But then when I do a study, I'm like, oh my god, it's not just green. There's like purple and brown and like all these different cool colors that I'm just completely forgetting about. So I don't know. I guess I just need to like use my brain more often. That'll be a challenge. Look at that plant. Oh my god. This is one of the plants that I was like scared to draw because I was like, I don't know how it's going to turn out. It might turn out kind of crappy, but I think this one might be my favorite out of all of them that I've drawn. Oh my god. I'm so proud of myself. Do you want to know how bad I am at taking care of plants? You want to know what plant I managed to kill? An air plant. Those things are supposed to be able to survive off air and a light misting of water every now and then. They don't even need dirt. They just attach to something and they just thrive off air, and I somehow managed to kill it. Don't ask me how, because I don't even know how I did it. And I want to get a new air plant, but every time I go to like Bunnings or whatever, they always have them stuck to like really weird things. Like they have them stuck to gnomes and stuff, and I'm like, I just want an air plant that's not stuck to anything. So I can stick it to like the window. I don't know. Can stick it to whatever I want to stick it to. I don't want to have to buy, because that's how they get ya. They charge you more for the pot that it's in than the actual plant. Parlor palm, what color are you? Could it be green? I don't know. Which type of green? This green? No. This green. Yeah. Yeah, this green. Oh god, this is one of those ones where like all I can see is lines and I can't remember what any of the lines mean. This pencil is so blunt all of a sudden. Does anyone know why Prismacolor's pencils are like this? Like, why are they not just normal? I don't know. I always forget how good a nice sharp pencil is until I sharpen a pencil, and then I'm like, oh, that's so much easier to use. There we go. I will do a base coat in this, and then we'll do like some fancy bits, because this has got like some really nice colors in it. And you can see like the veins of the plant, and the veins of the plant are a different color to the rest of the plant. I feel like I would have had a lot of fun coloring these in watercolor, but this sketchbook cannot handle watercolor. That's why I'm kind of eager to finish it by Christmas so that I can move on to another sketchbook and get back into watercolor. Because I haven't watercolored since I got this sketchbook, basically. I might have done it like once or twice on a loose bit of paper, but not as much as I used to, unfortunately. This was a very last minute video idea. I sort of woke up this morning and I was like, yeah, I want to make a YouTube video. And I had no ideas, and I looked at my plants and I was like, I want to draw those plants. So hopefully you like this video, because there was no planning involved whatsoever, and it's turning out a lot better than I thought it would. Like, I kind of thought that I would struggle a lot more with drawing plants. So I'm happy. I'm very happy. I'm a very happy camper right now. I'm kind of losing this leaf here, but it's fine. It's fine. I know it's there. That's all that matters. Now we're up to coloring our little Zygo cactus, which has lots of nice different colors in it, which is cool. There we go. Then I'm gonna whip out some of this for like where the little bits join together. It's like a different color. It's crazy. And then add some little lighter bits in there and in here, because like the new leaves seem to be a lot brighter than the older leaves, which is cool. And we're going to darken all this up. That looks pretty good to me. And And I'll just go over some bits with like this mid-tone green. Me talking about mid-tones as if I know what I'm talking about. Yes! Oh my god, I just drew a freaking Zygo cactus! Are you proud of me? I'm proud of me. From someone at the start of this video who thought, I can't draw plants, but I'll give it a go. Now I'm like a professional. I should be a botanist, going out and drawing the plants. That's what botanists do, right? Just draw plants all day. Then we have our little fern baby. So this is like the underside of the fern. So it's a little bit lighter, which is cool. And then this is like the backside. There we go. Backside. Coloring them in definitely makes them look a little less like scribbles, I will say. Yes. Yes, look at that coloring. Separating the foreground from the background. Yes! Ooh, that looks good. This one needs sharpening. Can you tell? Bam. Alrighty, ready to go. That's better. In killing my other fern, I learned a valuable lesson. When the leaves go crispy, it doesn't necessarily mean that you've underwatered it. Because I always thought if the leaves go crispy, then it must mean that you haven't watered it enough. But then if the leaves go like really damp and like gross, then you've watered it too much. Turns out that it can just go crispy even if it's drowning for 2 weeks straight in like all this water at the bottom of its pot. So look out for that. I kind of have doubts that it's gonna come back, but it's fine. It's fine. Then last but not least, we got this little boy here, my little bird's nest fern. And we will do a base coat here. Bam, bam, you know the drill. Base coat in bright green and then go from there. Then we get our dark green. I'm not even looking at the plant while I'm coloring it. It seems so like wrong to put red in the middle of a plant, but like, I don't know, it just did something good. One of the things that I want to learn more about is color theory. Cause like, I know what a primary color is, I know what a complementary color is, and all that jazz. Like, I know what a color wheel is, but like, that's all stuff that I learned in like year 7. So I feel like everyone knows that stuff, and I'm like, is that color theory or is there more to it? Like, I don't know. So maybe I should try and learn something. Now I'm just gonna go through and do some little touches on previous ones. Because I find the more you do, the better you get, and then you look back at your first one and you're like, I didn't color that properly. Or at least that's what I'm thinking right now. So that's that. This is what we ended up with. I am very happy with how this turned out. I had the lowest expectations for myself, but look at me go. Look at me go. So that is it for today's video, and I absolutely love what I came out with. And I kinda lied when I said that I was gonna draw all my houseplants in one video. These are just the ones that are on my studio's windowsill. So if you want to see a part 2 to this video where I draw all my other plants on my bedroom windowsill, which there's a lot more of, then let me know in the comments down below and I will make another one, because I actually really enjoyed this. But anyway, thank you for watching the video. Don't forget to like, subscribe and comment, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.